Hey, good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. This is your host, BKP. Let's go over a couple things. We're going to do some, thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed Financial Facts with John White. If you have a pre-recorded commercial, you can get in touch with us. We will get it on the show, chief@FetcherNews.com. 706-889-9700. If you would like to be a sponsor of the show, we'd like to get you on here. Also, you can reach us at those same numbers. We will have Steve Harp, our Director of Sales and Marketing. Now, let me just tell you something. Anticipation, ketchup, right? Making me wait. They did a whole commercial on that. But we feel we have a wow factor. It's going to take a little to get used to. You're going to say, well, I was clicking around the old Fetcher News for 5 years, and I've been a 5-year viewer, and we appreciate that. And that's actually why we made this next step, is for you out there, our viewers. But when you finally see that new website, businesses out there, you can get on there. We're offering, you call Steve Harp, you get us in here, and you get in here, call us. We're offering new website discounts like you have never seen to get your business on the new FetcherNews.com. Steve Harp he's our Director of Sales and Marketing. He's really offering some great introductory packages to our new website. So get in touch with us if you'd like to get your ad on there. Once you see it, wait to see it, and then say, hey, how do I get on there? 706-889-9700 or chief@FetcherNews.com. All are welcome here at FYN TV. Hey, Kyle, it's already 8:51. I'm not trending again. I'm determined. I'm determined we're going to trend, Kyle. We got to figure out something. Everything else is trending. Washington Redskins are trending. Confederate Flag's trending. Everything's trending.
Again, you either have to be crazy rich, like ridiculously rich, or do something terrible. I don't know what else to tell you on those things.
Well, I'm not going to do anything terrible, and I got a little distance between me and being incredibly rich. So
a little distance, right?
Yeah, a little distance. Just a little distance. It's out there. I can see it. It's out there. I can see it, but it's a little distance. Okay, we're still not trending this Thursday morning, July 9th. We try to trend every day here, so you can follow us on Twitter at Fetcher News, hashtag GMFTO. We live in a hashtag world. This morning, it's already 75 degrees as you head out. The high today is going to be 94. Going to be very hot. Be careful out there. The heat index will be very high. If you would like to call our show, we still have time. We got over an hour left. 706-889-9700. Hey, did you hear the segment with Jerry? Is he correct? I like the glitch. It's a glitch. The glitch that stole America. I like it. I'm telling you, the guy he needs to always record his stuff, because when he is on, I got to give him credit, man. The glitch that stole America. I do not feel everything is a coincidence. I do not. In fact, Wall Street. Let me do my house cleaning here and get all the information out before I say anything about Wall Street. Our new website, you will see it, and when you will see it, you're going to text us tomorrow and say, wow, that's the factor we want. We want wow, okay? We feel it's very professional. We feel it's great information. It is your website, because it's always Fetch Your News. If you're there, it's Fetch Your News. So I'm going to tell you, we're going to be welcoming White County, Dawson County, Lumpkin County, Union County, Towns County, Murray County, Cherokee, North Carolina, to our family to go with Pickens, Fannin, and Gilmer. And I've got to get used to saying that all. You think I will get that down pat when I just say it all the way through?
I think so.
I got it. I already got it. So I don't need a teleprompter. You don't need a teleprompter if you're doing it from the heart with passion and you believe in it. Those are the three things. No teleprompter needed. Anyhow, we're going to welcome all of them to the FYN family. You're going to go in there and see that. We want you to call all those people when you see it. If within any county that you see, if you're in the garden club, if you're in the arts, the Playhouse, Gilmer Arts, I use that as an example. Any county you see, Humane Society, rescue centers, no matter what it is. You got a ham radio club. Absolutely. You see, I had somebody call me and say, I'm in a ham radio club. If we put something together and send it to you once a month, will you put it up? Absolutely. We'll put it up. If you are within these counties, now, if you've always wanted to go to the local meetings and say, where can I put my stuff? And why should I put it at fetchernews.com? Because we drive viewers to see your stuff. So if you're in, Towns County today and you want to take a video camera and you want to video the Towns County Commissioners meeting and you say, I'd like to put that up. Hey, get in touch with me. We'll put it up for you. It's Fetch Your News. We're going to get this information out to the people. We have this crazy thought here. It's called freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and giving the public information. I know it's just outrageous, but we're going to stick with that, and you can be a part of that. Get in touch with me at chief@fetchernews.com, and we'll tell you how. I'm going to not look at the screen, so I don't want to cheat. Let's see if I can do this. First of all, we got Gilmer, Fannin, and Pickens. Okay, those are the easy ones, right? And then we're going to be welcoming. We're going to be welcoming Dawson, White, Lumpkin, Union, Towns, Cherokee, North Carolina, and Murray. Did I get it right?
I believe so.
That's how long I've been working on this project. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little fun fact that is meaningless, that you will not enjoy, and the viewers and listeners, so why am I wasting time? Do you know how I do that? I actually can see the map in my brain. Yeah, I can see all the counties. Now, I know people get bored with looking at a map, but I can memorize the map. There you go. Sorry. I'm sorry, Kyle. Hate to take 30 seconds of your life that you'll never get back.
You've taken much more than that, sir.
We want to start. When you see the new website, we have a lot of fun here. When you see the new website, we are going to start, get the new website in place. We are going to start Team FYN Sports Talk. It's going to happen. 10 to 12, Monday through Friday. They're going to be on here. When I say they, do not get worried. Your host, I will not be doing the show. My promise to you. Because I know what you're saying. At 10 o'clock, we've had enough of you, okay? So we're looking for host now that would like to do Team FYN Sports Talk. So if you want to talk sports, if you think, hey man, I can talk sports, I can be on a sports show, I can do that. I can wear my jersey, come in there, I can argue football, whatever. Let us know, chief@fetchernews.com. Come on in. We're going to be talking high school football, soccer, wrestling. We're going to be talking college football, pro football, you name it. We'll even, for you Blackhawk fans, talk hockey every once in a while. No Flyer fans. Please, Flyer fans do not apply. I know, I just offended somebody. But, I just go back to, I'm not going to go there this morning. All right, but Team FYN Sports Talk, 10 to 12, Monday through Friday, is getting ready to happen if you want to get involved in that. Team FYN Sports is looking for somebody to cover Fannin Rebel football this fall. If you'd like to do that, the home and away games, let us know. I am looking for an assistant. Send me a message, chief@fetchernews.com. I'm looking for an assistant. Let me know if that's something you could be interested in. I think a reason, Kyle, I'm just going to be straight. And I'm going to need your help on this. I don't know if people are not inquiring about the assistant that I'm discussing because they may feel it's hard to put up with me.
They might feel that.
Do you think so?
It's there's general consensus from what I've heard that people do think that you may be hard to get along with.
We're right at it, right?
Yeah.
No words. Don't miss no words, right?
But hey, you've got me backing you. I've been telling people, hey, you just got to. Once you get around,
there
he's
you
all
go.
Right. He's all right guy.
Thank you. We have the counterbalance chair. Would you like to, Democrats, progressives, liberals, come in once a week to the counterbalance chair? We have the paver. If you would like to, if you've been up in Fannin County and you have passed by Veterans Memorial Park there and seen that big, beautiful Huey helicopter, it's a very emotional thing. I seen that last week in the dedication on the 4th of July. This paver is $100 you can put in memory of. You can put in honor of or your feeling on there, whatever you're feeling you'd like to put on that paver. It's $100 donation, and that is to help pay and offset the cost of putting that great monument up there at the Veterans Park. Also, if you send me a message, or if you call and you call or go on FetchYourNews.com, you get the form, or you send me a message. Send it to me. I will get you in touch with the people. We will get you a hat, a Huey hat. I had my Huey hat. I don't have it with me today. You get a free hat. FetchYourNews.com. That's all you got to say is FetchYourNews.com. Okay, let's go over some of the things. This is 1984. This is the Crayola factory. The Crayola factory is 1984. The Crayola factory. The Crayola factory. Oh, I'm going to tell the story. 1984 is located in Easton, Pennsylvania. And if you could see, that is very, very dark. This was my work hat. This was your host's work hat. That is a sweat ring. That is called a sweat ring from 14 hours a day working construction. That hat went on my head every morning. Now, I'll never forget. Okay, yes. You're wondering how long I have been this way. And I don't know how that just sounded. I'll never forget, my son's in the first or second grade, okay? And I go over to see something at one night at school. They have an open house at school. They have drawn a picture, okay? They've drawn a picture, and it's second grade or something. And they're on the wall, and I'll never forget looking at the crayons in the desk drawer and seeing an off-brand of crayon. Well, first of all, Crayola is, it's right there. So I seen an off-brand, and I went to the teacher, and I said, why do all the students have these crayons? And she said, because of the budget, and, we're on a tight budget, and they're a lot cheaper. I looked on a box, and they were made in China. They were made in China, these crayons. Well, if you've gotten to know me by now, don't think I didn't go to the principal. And after that, I went to the Board of Education over crayons. I did, man. I was livid when I seen made in China on the back of those crayons. I was livid. So anyhow, Crayola hat. That was another good waste of time, huh? Everybody, there's been a lot of you this morning, and we will talk about it. The Confederate flag is coming down in South Carolina. It's over. It's coming down. What it is Nikki Haley is signing, Governor Nikki Haley. Let's just go into that real quick. South Carolina House approves removal of the Confederate flag. And what will happen there is the South Carolina House approved taking down the Confederate flag from Capitol grounds early Thursday, a stunning reversal in the state that first, in a state, stunning reversal in a state that was the first to leave the Union in 1860 and raise the flag again at the State House more than 50 years ago today to protest civil rights movement. Now, we want to remember two things. They were the first to leave the Union, yes, okay? But we always want to remember, and we want to be clear, that when it was chosen to fly over the State House in South Carolina, that was Democrats. Please remember, that was Democrats, okay? The move came after more than 13 hours of contentious debate and weeks after the deadly shooting of the 9 black church members, including a state senator, at a Bible study in Charleston. South Carolina can remove the stain from our lives, said a 64-year-old representative, Joe Neal, a black Democrat elected in 1992. I never thought in my lifetime I would see this. The House easily approved the Senate Bill 92 94 to 20. 94 to 20, and it will now go to the Republican governor, Nikki Haley, who supports it. Today, as the Senate did before them, the House of Representatives have served the state of South Carolina and her people with great dignity, Governor Haley said in a statement early Thursday. I'm grateful for their service and their compassion. It is a new day in South Carolina, a day where we can all be proud of, a day that truly brings us all together as we continue to heal as one people and one state. That is the continuing. Today we'll finalize the paperwork of the treaties between South Carolina and the federal government. I know some of you don't understand why I'm saying it that way. You're saying I'm not catching on. South Carolina treaty, why are you saying that? Because listen to me close. In the very first paragraph, the first thing you were told in the paragraph of this story was the first state that conceded from the Union. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, today when she signs that will be the finalizing of the treaty that South Carolina, the war is over. You don't understand where I'm coming from? I'm sorry. Now, I'm not in favor of the flag per se. I don't want... No, stop right now. I don't have anything against the flag. I don't have anything against the heritage. I don't have anything against, the General Lee. My problem with this whole thing is how it became, how it happened is my whole problem with this thing. Not that the flag is coming down, how it happened, how it got politicized, and how they made sure that they took, when I'm talking about the liberals, made sure that they took this tragedy and they went on a rampage to cleanse and sponge clean the blood from the South and what the heritage of this is. Now, if you asked me, and maybe somebody's out there say, well, what do you think? If you ask me if the state capitol should fly the flag, I could be okay either way. So if they bring the flag down today on the state capitol, get me clear. I'm not saying take the Confederate flag out of our heritage in the South. I'm not saying take the Confederate flag off. You can't fly it nowhere. I'm not saying that you can't fly it at a cemetery, but the government says you can't. I'm not saying, but the state house. I can kindly see that maybe the state represents everybody. So maybe they don't fly it at the State House. Now don't get upset with me. If they did fly it at the State House, it should never, please, I'm begging you, don't get too upset, it should never fly above the American flag. I have seen it fly here in the American, that I can't go with, all right? I have to be straight, okay? Can't go with it, okay? I'm all about USA, Team USA. I'm all about it, okay? I'm all about Donald Trump, America being great again, okay? I'm all about that. That takes precedence over everything for me, America being great. So it's coming down. Now the federal government, I don't want you to read the whole thing, but didn't we get an article on the federal government? We got one on the federal government. I don't want to read the whole article, but we find out yesterday the federal government has made a decision. Is there anything briefly you can tell me on that?
Yeah, it's just this coming from Fox Atlanta, or my Fox Atlanta. This is House moves to ban Confederate flag in federal cemeteries. So that the House has voted to ban the display of Confederate flags at historic federal cemeteries in the Deep South. That's pretty much the gist of it.
So, I don't know. What say you? I mean, the Confederate flag is being banned in cemeteries that are federal cemeteries. It's going to be banned, and the House approved that. So can't get too far into that today. But the Confederate flag. Now, should I? Yeah, let me do it now. Okay, let me do it now. This is going to be a segment, Kyle. Some people got concerned. Not concerned. Some people voiced an opinion on me saying that the president should go to every black funeral and sing Amazing Grace. And I guess I may have said it somewhat that way, but let me put it like this, okay? I wanted to see, because I've not seen any news outlets of any dignitaries yet. Any. You see, when it comes to President Barack Obama going to South Carolina and being at Reverend Pickney's funeral, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with what the result is. I'm not okay with how it was used. I'm not okay with I'm not okay with using the N-word that week. I'm not okay with anything he did. But I'm okay that the President of the United States went to the funeral. Now trust me what I'm saying, or listen, President of the United States, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I respect that. But I do not respect anything that led up to it. I do not respect sensationalizing it. I cannot stand when somebody goes into a house of God and sensationalizes something. And I feel he did that when he sang Amazing Grace. And I do not like the results of what they did with the tragedy that took place. I've had people say, but you don't understand. Reverend Pickney, South Carolina, he was a state, he was a state senator. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. Flat does not matter to me. I'm okay he went there. I'm not okay with what he did. All right? Now, we can burn down Ferguson. And the President of the United States can come to the podium and make comment after comment. And Al Sharpton can go to Ferguson over. Now, we're talking about a guy, Brown, right? We're talking about a guy that the district attorney and the feds could not find anything this police officer had done wrong. Completely cleared the police officer in Ferguson. We are talking about a situation where they fraudulently took a witness out on the street that lied and said he was running away with his hands up. A national campaign got built out of that. Black Lives Matter, hands up. They robbed the liquor stores, burned the CVS's, did everything. And we find out that this kid was a thug. I don't care how mad you are at me. Al Sharpton went out there with his bullhorn, no justice, no peace. Al Sharpton made a mockery out of the house of God, stood up in there and preached at the kid's funeral and said, we won't stop till there's justice. They burnt the mother down, lack of other words. They jumped on cars and said, burn the mother down. They rioted, they looted, everything over a thug. The President of the United States acknowledged Ferguson. He acknowledged the injustice. He acknowledged young black lives because there was something for him to gain, something political that he could do. Period. That's what mattered. He sent Eric Holder to meet with him. They did a federal investigation. Oh, yeah. Go down here to Florida. Trayvon Martin. Black Lives Matter. Oh, yeah. Go to Baltimore. They burnt Baltimore down. Look at them. They burnt Baltimore down. Okay. Gray, right? What was his name? All this, right? President got involved, Baltimore. President got involved, Florida. President got involved, South Carolina. I'm going to tell you out there, if you're listening this morning, I'm going to reiterate. I want Barack Hussein Obama, the President of the United States, to get in Air Force One and fly to Chicago. And I want him to sing Amazing Grace for the 7-year-old boy that got shot dead. But that has to stop. You don't understand why Trump is resonating? Yeah, I know he's flamboyant. I know he said, you don't understand why this guy is resonating? Because Republicans Democrats, liberals, we don't think this is okay in America. It's not okay. Now, this kid, not to speak of the rest, where is the State Department? Not the State Department, where's the Attorney General? Where's Obama at the podium? The funeral for 7-year-old Amir Brown, who was killed on the 4th of July while watching fireworks with his father. Now, we find out the father is a thug that they were shooting at the father. Sorry we missed your dad and killed you, Amir. Has been set for later this week. A visitation was scheduled for Friday evening, and this is July 8th. This came yesterday. Friday evening, a visitation will be set at Jennings Funeral Home, followed by a wake and funeral at Mount Vernon Baptist Church Saturday morning. So Saturday morning, don't go on YouTube, President Obama. Don't do it. Don't go on do your YouTube, cool president routine you do on Saturday. Don't do anything. Okay? Get up Saturday morning, fuel up Air Force One. We scrutinize you all the time about you, how much you spend on Air Force One, how much you spend in gas, how much you waste, how much you play golf. You're scrutinized all the time. I'll agree with that. This is one time we're going to give you a pass. You go down to Andrews Air Force Base, you get on that daggone Air Force One, and you go out there and you sit there with Amir's family. You sit there with the family. Why? Nothing to gain. Nothing to gain. Nothing to gain. I know. People think I'm ridiculous. But that does not need to happen. Amir was killed in a shooting in the West Side Park, Humboldt Park neighborhood just before Midtown Saturday while watching fireworks. People, this happened in the United States of America. 7-year-old kid sitting on the stoop watching fireworks. Now, the reason I get so upset is I go to all these celebrations on the 4th of July, and I see the little kids. And I see them look up and just can't wait. We should have the kids looking up at the fireworks, and we should be explaining to the little kids, it's Independence Day. Do you know what that means? And I see the kids all excited. You ever go early where the parking is on the fireworks? You ever go early for a couple minutes early and you get your good spot and the kids are all playing because they're all worked up and they go, oh, that one was, oh, I know what you're saying about, look, I can't get this out of my brain. This is the United States of America. This does not happen here. This is what we have to stop. And you don't understand why Trump is catching on. You're saying, well, Brian, why are you getting all bent out of shape, BKP, over this one kid? It's all, yes, this is it. This is the problem. The Confederate flag, okay, if you want rid of it, fine, get rid of it. That was not the problem. That was not the problem. The problem is a weird white kid. Weird white kid, just a weird kid, stuck in a, I'll tell you what. Quit assisting these people. Send everybody back that's illegal. And if you get the grass cut, you'll cut it. And if you get the dishes washed, you'll wash them. Kids will get a job again. Oh, kids have a job there. No. I'm not talking a job like this with their thumbs. I'm talking a job. I'll get sidetracked. This is the problem. Watching fireworks with Antonio Brown. Chicago Police Superintendent Gary McCarthy said Brown was the intended target. Intended target! That's what we have in America. We have intended targets? Really? Oh my God. MacArthur also said Antonio Brown, 29, is a documented gang member with a record showing 45 arrests, okay? Brown appeared in court Wednesday with Amir's mother and other family members and friends. Brown's attorney cited the police, criticized the police for jumping to conclusions. Look, Amir's family said the little boy, and I'm going to stop here, the little boy said the little boy was a jokester. And I told you when I started the show, I didn't want to start the show because I don't know, I told you when I started the show, this tears me inside to talk about this little kid. He was a jokester, and he acted like a typical 7-year-old boy who loved to run and play. They said the best way to describe him is a sweet, sweet little boy. You know what? He's not a jokester no more, and it happened on our streets in this country in Chicago. And I'll tell you what, you want to talk about crime, you want to talk about guns, you want to talk about everything, Obama, go sing Amazing Grace at Emilio's funeral Saturday morning. And I might just like you for half a second. Kyle, take us to break. I got to regroup, and I'm too upset over this. And then we'll come back and wrap up for the day. Hey, good morning from the office. This is your host. Welcome back, BKP. This is your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. I want to pull a couple things up here that I'm working on. Doing 2 or 3 different jobs today, trying to get some things done on the new website. So when I go to break, I'm not really getting to go to break. But I want to make sure that we get these in. We've got 35 minutes. Now, Georgia, this was out yesterday. Georgia to lose 4,350 soldiers as part of the U.S. military retrenchment. Okay, those are major cuts. There will be 4,350 soldiers Georgia will lose. The U.S. Army is planning to cut as many as 40,000 soldiers at home and abroad over the next 2 years, including 4,000. That's Obama's going away present. Okay, this is on his list. I mean, this guy had a list. You know, when this guy got elected. And when this guy got elected, he had a list. You don't have to like this guy, but I tell you what, he stayed on track. He's going to dismantle the military. He's going to end the wars by just basically, we give up, we're going home, we give it all back to you, start ISIS, whatever. This is on the list. This is on this guy's list. U.S. Army is planning to cut as many as 40,000 soldiers at home and abroad over the next 2 years, including about 4,350 in Georgia as part of an overall military retrenchment, according to Army and congressional sources. The Army would shrink to 450,000 troops by the end of fiscal year 2017. Meanwhile, Fort Stewart near Savannah would lose 950 troops. This comes from, in fairness, let me make sure this comes from Mark Davis and Jerome Redmond from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I want to give them credit for reading this story here. Fort Stewart near Savannah would lose 950 troops, while Fort Benning outside of Columbus would shrink by 3,400. 3,400. Fort Gordon in Augusta would grow by 40. Now let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. This is where it just freaks me out. It freaks me out. Your money at waste, okay? Now, Fort Benning, when I was in the construction industry here, and I had I just closed a business last year that I had. But I used to get all of the bid sheets, all the bid sheets. You spent $100 million, let's say $100 million. You spent $100 million on new housing facilities at down there at Fort Benning. Yes, you did. Oh yeah, you go down there. Because I used to get the bid sheets. They're called Dodge reports. I used to get the Dodge reports, and I would read them. Bidding, Fort Benning, $80 million housing project, $60 million, $20 million, $18 million. Okay, you spent a fortune. This is how they just, okay. Now, you may up the troops later and need the houses. You say, well, you got the houses. If you up the troops later, you already got them done. You spent easily $100 million down there in new housing at Fort Benning. And now you're going to cut 3,400 after you spent that money. Okay, all right. Anyhow, I just, that gets me. we're going to shrink down to 450,000. U.S. Senator Johnny Isakson said the cuts will make the U.S. more vulnerable amid Russian aggression in Ukraine and the war against Islamic states. The Islamic State. Now, we'll never be against war in Islam because I told you this 2 days ago, and then an article came out saying this was probably the dumbest comment a president's ever made. It is significant. This is Johnny Isakson goes on. Senator Johnny Isakson goes on to say it is significant loss of force for the country, said Isakson, who was briefed about the cuts Wednesday by Army Secretary John McHugh. This continued weakening of our forces just makes America more vulnerable. All right. The U.S. Army has said as many as 17,000 civilians could lose their jobs as part of the entrenchment of official announcement is expected this week. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I have been, I've seen this firsthand. I'm going to say close to 3 months. It wasn't quite, but I spent probably in 2008. In 2008, I spent almost 3 months at Fort Leonard Wood, right inside Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Right there, south of Rollo, Missouri, about an hour and a half south of St. Louis. And I spent close to 90 days. I was on the base every day. Every single day I was on the base for almost 90 days. And I seen the housing, and I watched these young men and women, and I seen the family housing, and I seen the training facilities, everything like that. Anyhow, I was doing a construction project there. And that's what I can't understand. You can come to this country, Kyle, and you have sanctuary cities, sanctuary counties, and all this stuff. And you can, they fight you because they don't want you to have a driver's license to go vote. You don't have to have ID. They don't want you to. They don't want you to. But I tell you what, for me to stay on that base every day for 90 days, you ought to see the stack of paperwork I had to fill out. Yeah. I filled out a stack of paperwork this high, and then that took a month. I had to do that a month in advance, and then they sent me a little card that said I was eligible to be on the base. You can visit the base, but if you're going to work there, you have to do a different thing. Anyhow, point being, what I'm getting at here today is I seen firsthand how that when you come out of the base and you see the McDonald's and you see the Bojangles and you see the Walmart and you see all the little stores owned by people, how those towns surround there, and you do lose the civilian jobs to go with it. But anyhow, that is what's going on as far as continuing to dilute our troops. But Obama has a plan. He has a plan. And this goes hand in hand. This comes from Town Hall. And I love this article for a reason, because I brought this, if you've been watching the show, I brought you this a couple days ago. When I read this, I said a couple days ago, this is the craziest thing I have ever heard a president make. This comes from Town Hall. This comes from Ben Shapiro on July 8th, Ben Shapiro Town Hall. Now, we don't need all these troops. The president doesn't think so. And this is what he said. President said, where we have this here, I got a place to highlight it. This is not simple military effort, okay? This is a quote from your president. This is talking about the Nation of Islam, okay? This is not simply a military effort. Ideologies are not defeated by guns. They're defeated with better ideals. Whoa. So why don't we just, do we have a Department of Ideals in the military? No, I'm serious. Because he is cutting, Senator Johnny Isakson said we are not going to have the boots Now, everybody wants to ask, do we need boots on the ground? Do we need boots on the ground? And I know nobody likes to say yes to boots on the ground, but we're not going to have the boots necessary to fight Islam with all these cuts and all these things going on in the world. But the President of the United States says, ideals. I can't have an L on there. I get in trouble all the time, Kyle. There's ideas. My wife, and then there's ideals. So I get in trouble because I put an L on there. But do we have a Department of Ideas? I want to know that because the president said that ideology is not defeated by guns. So put away your guns. You don't have to worry. Make the military cuts. I'm running out of time here. Political prisoners. I don't want to lose this one. Do you believe that you have political prisoners in the United States of America? Absolutely. Absolutely you do. You have political prisoners in this country as we speak. Apologize, I'm trying to cut some things off here. I got 19 tabs open, and you know what that means. You know, I opened 19 tabs, and I don't need to have them all open. And there we go. The IRS scandal just got worse. This comes from, where's this coming from, this story coming from this morning? The New York Post. This is coming from the New York Post this morning. This is from the Post editorial board. The IRS scandal just got worse. Post editorial board from July 7th. This was written at July 7th. So, and who is it? It's the editorial board. So the Obama IRS wasn't just persecuting right-leaning nonprofits. It was out to persecute them. Nonprofits. It was out to persecute them too, and with help from the Obama Department of Justice and FBI. Via Freedom of Information Act lawsuits, the watchdog group Judicial Watch just got evidence of a plot. A DOJ recap on an October 8, 2010 meeting tells how officials from the three agencies, the DOJ, FBI, and IRS. We just had the IRS given all power by the Supreme Court of the United States. Remember, they got to define state. The Supreme Court of the United States and Obamacare allowed the IRS to define the definition of state. They left it up to the IRS, the almighty. Via the Freedom Act, meeting shows the officials from the three agencies discussed several possible theories to bring criminal charges under FEC law against groups posing as tax-exempt nonprofits, aka political prisoners. Now I'm telling you, you need to get up this morning and think about it. I don't know where I'm going with this. You got little kids shot on the stoop trying to watch fireworks, 7 years old. You got a Department of Justice, the FBI and Obama, IRS all coming together. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody's in jail. Nobody. And you got a department. Oh, you got political prisoners right here in the United States. Okay. Oh, this couldn't happen to us. Oh, I forgot. We live in this could not happen to us. Posing as tax exempt. As part of the project, the IRS handed the FBI 21 computer disks. Now, they can find computer disks, and they can't find Lois Lerner. I told you this. Listen, I'm not going to, it's 9:37. Your host here. I'm going to look in the camera. I know the IRS Computer Center. The structure of the IRS Computer Center, your host, in Martinsburg, West Virginia, know where it's at. Okay? I probably constructed 65% of that building. Yeah, I know the computer floor. I know how big it is. They explained to me how they would. This thing's 100 by 100, right? Nothing but servers. Nothing. That stuff's not gone. Lois Lerner's stuff is not gone. Okay, anyhow. So, let's see. As a part of the project, the IRS handed the FBI 21 computer disks. 21 computer disks with 1.23 million pages of confidential IRS returns from 113,000. 113,000. I got this right. Nonprofit 501c4 groups. Nearly every 501c4, this thought federal law generally bans the IRS from sharing such data. The evidence shows that the IRS, the Obama IRS scandal, is also an Obama Department of Justice and FBI scandal. Noted Judicial Watch President Tom, the FBI and the Justice Department worked with Lois Lerner and the IRS. Look, I'm telling you, where is Gomer Pyle when we need him? Isn't he the one that did citizen's arrest? Citizen's arrest. Wasn't that Gomer Pyle? Where's Gomer Pyle when we need him, man? Where's citizen's arrest? Why are these people not in prison? You know, it's a very deep discussion. They always get upset. The left gets upset when they hear people say, we want to take our country back. I watch the MSNBC. I watch them laugh. I watch them, you know, they got glasses like mine here, and they get on there, and they're so smart, at least smart looking, and they get on there, and they always say, they yell. The fringe right yells. We want to take the country back. We want to take, back to what? Back to what? There you go. There you go. There's your sign. And what is it, guy, Bill whatever did that thing? There's your sign. All right, here's your sign. We want to take the country back. Because let me tell you, I got 20 minutes. I got to get off. 113,000. Not 100. They didn't pick 50 people. They didn't take 20 people. 113,000 nonprofit 501cs. 1.23 million pages of confidential IRS returns. My friend, the IRS Computer Center, I'll look you right in the eye, has servers. It will take you all day to walk through those servers. Lois Lerner's emails are not gone. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know this fact, but when it comes to stuff like that, they got like the 12th degree of backup. They back up and back. I got a website that backs up every single night. Enough is enough. Every single night, my entire website backs up. Yours does too, probably, and you just don't know it. It backs up. So if something was to crash for some reason, you could re-upload and you'd only be a day behind. That is, I'm not giving you the trade secrets of my business or nothing. It is common practice. Okay? So I'm telling you right now, her stuff is there. I got stuck. 113,000 nonprofits. The IRS, FBI, and Department of Justice. Isn't that really, can you say Department of Justice and get that in your brain? Department of Justice. They need to walk into the Department of Justice, FBI, and the White House, and the IRS, and people need to be coming out with handcuffs. Let me tell you something. There was 18 missing minutes. 18. Nixon, what is it the famous 18 minutes were erased? People went to prison. Names like Alderman. Remember that? I knew that was going to happen. All right, I got to move on from that. Chinese stock market, we're watching that. Let me go real quick. I apologize, but I always check out about the end of the show because I come on here I get on here at 4 a.m. and there's some things that either break while we're on the air that I have to keep up with. So let me look and see if there's anything breaking right now. Let me see if there's anything left here I've got to go through. Chinese stock market, we're watching that. Army's cutting 40,000. IRS scandal, the most idiotic comment a president can make. I don't want to get into it this morning, but Baltimore mayor fires police chief. Jesse Waters, I like this guy, man. He stands up at the San Francisco, I think, he goes to the city council, he shows the picture. Hey, come on. Hillary, I got to have time to Hillary and the subpoenas. This one gets me. I don't have time. This one gets me, man. This just gets me. I'll give you this one in a second when it loads, because it's not loading, because your host here, you know me, I've got to have 18 things open at one time. I can cut that one. I can get rid of the IRS scandal. Okay. You never threaten Iran. This thing is such a joke, and I'm only going to read the opening on this. I read this article this morning. We don't have time to go through it, but these negotiations these negotiations are just, it's just something that I can't get my head around. You can't. This comes from the Daily Star in Lebanon, okay? This is the Daily Star in Lebanon. It's July 8th. July 8th. Guess what? Just yesterday, where you got Bugs Bunny over there, John Kerry, making, you got to, I don't know how we're getting treated. Never threaten an Iranian. Don't threaten me. Do not threaten me. Nuclear talks get feisty. I would love for this dude to get feisty with Donald Trump. Love to see it, okay? Now you don't understand why the guy's catching on. A top-level meeting at the Iran nuclear talks this week was a stormy affair. Iranian media reported, this isn't the Iranian media, they reported Wednesday with the country's foreign ministry warning, never threaten an Iranian. The foreign ministry of Iran said, never threaten an Iranian, never threaten us. Don't threaten us. I went the wrong direction on that. The altercation happened Monday evening as foreign minister from Iran and 6 major powers, including U.S. Secretary John Kerry, met in Vienna seeking to nail down the historic nuclear accord. They failed to overcome the remaining differences and have given themselves until Friday, to finalize the accord to end a 13-year standoff over there. Okay? Don't threaten an Iranian. That's what he said. This comes from Lebanon, the Daily Star. Never threaten an Iranian. When are we going to get our country back? Okay, when are one of these 14 people going to stand up, candidates, and say, here's the subpoena. Now you see it. Trey Gowdy reveals the subpoena Clinton claims never had. I'm telling you, you and I would be in jail in 15 minutes. She goes on TV, she goes on TV. I'm telling you, you got to get the nitroglycerin spray for me. You're just going to have to, because it's going to peel. Well, and I've only got a couple minutes left on this. I got this story this morning, and I'm looking at it. What difference does it make? If 4 radicals were out for a walk, they were out for a walk and decided to kill 4 Americans. Gowdy's counters Clinton's claim she never had a subpoena, reveals the documents. House Republicans investigated the 2012 attacks in Benghazi, Libya on Wednesday, released a March subpoena issued to Democrat presidential candidate Hillary Rodham Clinton, one day after she said in a national televised interview that she never had a subpoena in the email controversy. She said she never had a subpoena. No. She said Clinton went on to tell CNN Monday she never had a subpoena. Everything I did was permitted by law and regulation. My God, when are we going to get her for obstructing justice? Just that. Take the rope line. Is the rope line around Hillary just for the media, or are the are the government officials, she's got a rope line. See, the rope line for us, and I'm going to say us that catch on. I'm going to say we catch on. The rope line from us was real. So when Hillary Clinton said to you out there in her interview that she's running a campaign to meet and greet people, not for the media, see, what we seen when we seen the rope line, we seen the real rope line. That's what we seen. The real rope line. The rope line that you and I never get past with the Clintons. The rope line that never touches them. The rope line that never gets... You remember Vince Foster? Let's just throw Vince Foster out there. Was it Ken Brown? Or not Ken Brown. But anyway, we see the rope line. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at this. I've only got a couple minutes. And here it is. Subpoena. By the authority of the House of Representatives of Congress. What good is it if Congress is subpoena? I mean, how much higher can you get? It would scare the daylights out of me if I got a subpoena from any local official. But not the Clintons. Nothing scares them. They have the nerve. This woman's tough, man. She is tough. I tell you what. By authority of the House of Representatives of the Congress of the United States, the Honorable, I hate the word honorable here, Hillary R. Clinton, okay? Proof of service. Here's the proof of service. Service printed by Dana K. Chipman, Chief Counsel, House Select Committee on Benghazi, email transmission. Matter of service, she got it. She knows she got it. She got it. What if you don't understand? You say, "Oh, Hillary didn't sign for it." No, you have somebody that can take this on your behalf if they're representing you. Let's not go there. I got 10 minutes. Put Hillary. You get us. Here's America. What was the old comedian? Only in America. Only in America, right? Only in America could the strongest powers of the House of Representatives, of Congress, the United States of America, tell you, boom, here's a subpoena, and you end up a presidential candidate. Oh, so only in America, presidential candidate, okay? I remember when Ronald Reagan ran, the question of him being divorced from Jane Wyman, would it be an issue in America? Was America ready for, I don't think he's the first. I don't remember. Don't have time for that. Was America ready for the first, I think, divorced president? Just see. Now, is America ready for, holy smokes. I got to get out. I'm going to run down some quick things because I'm going to, the banks are closed in Greece. Republicans tell Donald Trump to tone it down. I want to see 13 plus 6 equals 19. Let me tell you what that means. That means if your kids were 13 years old when this guy took the office, they're 19. This is what they know. Scary, right? 13 plus 6 equals 19. Do you realize if your son or daughter was 13 years old when President Barack Obama was sworn in on that great monumentous day in January, that cold day where, it was the greatest day in the world in this country. If your son or daughter was 13, 14, they're now 19, 20, 6 years of their life. This is what they've been taught. Talk about that more later. I'd like to see Trump in the first White House press room. Microsoft is cutting up to 7,500 jobs. I didn't get a chance to go into that. Federal judge cancels trademark for the Redskins. Are the Redskins just going to give up? I hope not. Wall Street shaken over a glitch. Just a midweek upgrade? Too many coincidences around Wall Street. What happened to the cyber attack? Apple. What happened to the great recovery? Apple has lost $64 billion, just vanished. Donald Trump is leading sanctuary cities. Did you realize, I know I'm running late and I'm going to get this in. I'm going to get 2 minutes on that. Map reveals vast network of sanctuaries for dangerous illegal aliens. days after Mexican illegal Francisco Sanchez confessed to murdering Catherine Steinlen in San Francisco, the Center for Immigration Studies published a highly detailed map revealing the counties, cities, and entire states where officials defy U.S. immigration law. Now, it's not just a couple weeks ago. You know, what the heck? It's not even a couple weeks ago where, you know, the federal government, the United States Supreme Court decides in Obamacare that the states have no right, that the states just, boom, redefine the states. So Obamacare states, you do what you're told. Gay marriage, you do what you're told. States can't decide that. Oh, but by the way, when it comes to immigration, cities, counties, and states, you can be sanctuaries for this, and we're going to be hands off on that. Really? Sanctuaries? I don't have the time. Cities, counties, states. Look it up. Just Google sanctuary cities, counties, and states, because we have learned so much about that this week, right? Ohio judge. It's happening. They're asking to have an Ohio judge who declined to marry a same-sex couple. They're asking him to be impeached. Calls for impeachment. Ohio judge who declined to marry same-sex couple on religious grounds. The left is already calling for the impeachment of a Toledo municipal judge, Alan McConnell, who respectfully declined to marry a same-sex couple Monday. This is his quote: "I declined to marry a non-traditional couple during my duties assignments," he said. Period. The declaration was based upon, he said, per Reuters, this came from Reuters, the declaration was based upon my personal and Christian beliefs established over many years. I apologize to the couple for the delay they experienced and wish them the best. That's the kind words this guy said, but I just don't want to do it. Remember, in the writing of the Supreme Court justices, they were bragging on how this would not change your beliefs. Okay, now they're not firing the guy, but they're already coming out wanting him impeached. Okay, I got to go. I got 4 minutes. BKP, thank you for listening today. If you did listen, thank you for listening. Okay, thank you very much. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live. I'm sorry, I just think these people need to be in handcuffs. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Don't forget, Pickens County Rec Department will be having a movie under the stars July 24th. Gates open at 6 p.m. and they will be showing Big Hero 6. Free admission. Salon 84 in color located at West Church Street in Jasper. Call today for an appointment, 706-253-9876. Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique located in Jasper. Woodbridge Inn, today's special is fried chicken. Today from 11 to 2 at the Woodbridge Inn, also in Jasper. Sensation Tanning Package Special, 706-692-7565, 28 South East Street there in Jasper. 1907 Restaurant located off the square on River Street, Ellijay there. Located off the square. Mattress Overstock, go over there. Promo code Fetch Your News. Go see Gary, Richard, or Rhonda, the mattress lady, for the best mattress at the best price. Located in the East Ellijay Walmart Shopping Center. Promo code Fetch Your News. Great discount we have set up for you over there. 706-698-7378. Come in for a great deal. Ellijay Fitness. Also, while you're over there in the East Ellijay Walmart Shopping Center, stop by and say hello to Bill and Allison at North Georgia Diamond and their entire friendly staff over there, East Ellijay Walmart Shopping Center. North Georgia Diamond, check it out. 379 River Street, Ellijay. 379 River Street, Ellijay. That's where you'll find Ellijay Fitness. 706-636-2348. New Ground Market, look them up on Facebook or go to newgroundmarket.com. Located at 118 North Main Street, Ellijay. 706-455-3655. 3018. Messrs. Orchard, I can't say any more about Messrs. Orchard than find them on Facebook. You will be glad I sent you there. They always have everything they got going on at Messrs. Orchard. Find them on Facebook. Blue Ridge Ace Hardware is where you can find all your Amish furniture. Check it out. If you don't know what it's at, stop in. What Amish furniture is, stop in at Blue Ridge Ace Hardware today. Please tell all of our sponsors when you see them or talk to them or go in their store, Fetcher News sent you there. Well, we would appreciate that. Also, we want to say that we will be, FYN TV will be televising this afternoon at 1 o'clock the Board of Commissioners workshop and meeting at Fannin County. I want to tell you that. Team FYN Sports Talk is going to kick off here in a couple weeks, 10 to 12 Monday through Friday. We would like to find some hosts for that show, so if that's something you're interested, chief@fetchernews.com. Team FYN Sports, also looking for somebody that would like to do home and away football games for the Fannin Rebels this season. Please send us a message on that. BKP, your host, I'm looking for an assistant here. Email, scheduling, research, you name it. 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. Send me a message. I will tell you how you can get one of these pavers and help support the UE helicopter at Fannin Memorial Veterans Memorial Park. Send me a message. I'll tell you how you can support them. Okay. Hey, it's 10 o'clock, by the way. We got through 3 hours, and I got to get back to work. I got to go to my second job, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. We'll be back. We're going to have a lot tomorrow. We got a lot of meetings tonight, so we got a lot to cover in the morning. Back at 7 a.m. Thank you for watching and listening. BKP. Later.